but I'm here to tell you that the work is worth it. 7 years ago, I was a college-trained personal trainer. I went to college for 2 years, worked for 2.5 years as a personal trainer, working split shifts, getting up early in the morning, late at night to make $18 an hour with no real exit strategy, no real plan to actually make more money. And I had the foresight at that point in my early 20s to know at some point I wanted to get married and have a family, and I just couldn't wrap my head around what life would be like if I stayed personal training. And so I knew that, I was single at that point, so I was really looking ahead into the future, but I'm like, I gotta get my life in order here. And so at 22 years old, 7 years ago, I left personal training, and instead of going back to school to get a different education and then a different job, I looked at Young Living and network marketing as being my financial vehicle to success. So I'm 7 years after doing Young Living full time. In 7 years time frame, I guess I could have become a doctor if I went that route. And I think I'm smart, I guess, so I probably could have done that. And if you look at that past 7 years, I would have had a lot of time dedicated to studying, learning, anatomy, physiology, everything that goes into becoming a doctor. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but it's a lot, clearly. And if you look at where I would be at 29 years old, the average student loan debt that a doctor graduates with is $190,000. And more than 25% have over $200,000 in debt. So, that's a lot. That would be a huge burden, and that's what doctors are going out to the workforce in, which is stressful for them too. And hearing what Jen sharing her stats, she said 80,000. I was like, I gotta figure out what a doctor is, and it was even more impressive of a debt level. So I look at the juxtaposition of two different life paths. One, if I went through to becoming a doctor 7 years, I'd be standing here at 29 years old, likely over $200,000 in debt. With that over my head, probably wouldn't own any properties because I would have put all my money towards becoming a doctor. And life right now as a young father would be a whole lot more stressful with all that over my head and still having to leave every single day to go to work. Instead, I decided I was going to become a Royal Crown Diamond. And so at 29, we don't have any debt. We have 3 different properties that are paid for. And I'm able to spend every single morning with my son. I get to go home and put him to bed after this. And I just get to spend time doing what I want to do, helping people. Our organization has helped over 55,000 people in over 30 countries around the world. Our entire sales organization over the past 7 years has done over $110 million US in sales. So that's a lot of people who have oils in their home that would not have had them had people like you not shared is not a word, shared Young Living with somebody else. And hearing Michelle's story, is Michelle still here? Yes. Incredible. Incredible to what she's gone through, and 12 years later to have those kind of results. That's powerful, and every single one of us has that ability to share with somebody in our life, and it might have to be that dramatic of a difference of bringing sensation back to areas that you haven't felt sensation for 12 years. But we all have that power, and I was looking as Michelle was speaking. Michelle is 17 levels deep within the organization from where I'm at. So that means it took 17 different individual people to share Young Living with just one person, to just with one more person, 17 times for her to get that ball of helichrysum. If one person in there decides that it's not worth it to talk about oils or share it or become passionate about these products, then Michelle and a lot of other people might not have the oils in their home. They might not have the results they have. And that moves me into action every single day because I get to hear stories like that all the time. Not that good. That was a really good story. I hope that was recorded. And just incredible job. Super proud of you. And so as you're leaving here, even if you're not really interested in what the income opportunity can provide, every single person can benefit from these products. Everyone can benefit from having less toxins in their home. Everyone can benefit from having more money. I happen to I'm very grateful that we have good amounts of money, and so I've taken that money and actually invested in other things. So I have multiple forms of residual income. Residual income means that basically your money continues to make money, your business continues to generate more revenue. So one of the things I've invested in is I put $50,000 cash into a private real estate trust. Essentially, it's like lots of people putting their money together, they buy real estate and they get a return on their investment. So the return on that investment is 8%, which as far as traditional investments go, like 8% is like a pretty good return on your investment. Stock market averages about 7%, but with every single investment, before you give them your money, the investment advisor always says nothing is guaranteed. Past results do not guarantee future profits. There's the risk that this could all go away. 8% is not guaranteed, 7% is not guaranteed. And so I was looking at my financials this week, and I saw a monthly direct deposit came in, and it was $333. What was that from? I just reverse engineered it, and that is what 8% on $50,000 gets you per month. So that $50,000 invested cash, that the money's out of my pocket, it's in someone else's hands, out doing stuff, not guaranteed to give me any specific return. It takes $50,000 and high risk to make $333 a month in that private real estate investment. So who here has been able to reach Senior Star or earn over $300 with Young Living? Great. So often people look at whether it's income disclosure or they look at the ability to earn income in general, and they think if I'm not a Royal Crown Diamond, or if I'm not a diamond, or I'm not a silver, then I failed. But when I look at ways that I've invested my money otherwise, and how hard it is to actually make money without having a whole lot of it, it's hard. It takes a lot of money. It's kind of depressing, to be honest, when I saw I gave my guy 50 grand and I'm making $300 a month, and that's before taxes. So then, taxes will come off on it, we get even less. So I really want you to view the income opportunity almost through a different lens. I love Jen's analogy of the internship or the apprenticeship and having a longer term focus of what this business can do. But to realize that earning $500 from home without having to go and pick up a part-time job, whether it's waiting tables or doing dishes or pouring coffee, that $500 is not the same type of $500. If you make $333 from a residual Young Living income, make $333 and it's coming from Essential Rewards orders inside your team, that's what would be a good definition of residual income. That's like having 50 grand in 8% investments. And when I saw that and realized how much money it would take to then make an executive level income. Executive average income is $500-ish. So now you're looking at close to $100,000 you need to have invested. Silver, you need to have almost $250,000 invested to make a silver income passively. I have a rental property in Alberta, and the property's worth about $300,000 and makes me less than $1,200 a month before expenses. So the ability of what you see in front of you on that income disclosure to earn $500, $1,000, $1,500 from home without a whole bunch of capital up front, with a huge support system like Lisa up here, like Gloria, people who are pouring into you, showing you the way of how to do it, and you get to impact people like Michelle along the way with these products. It's really such a win-win opportunity, and I'm so grateful it came into my life. It's forever changed my life, my son's life, my wife's life, and has impacted over 55,000 people. And moving into 2019, we're going to continue to impact more lives than ever before. The thing I've heard more common lately than anything else is all people ask me, Adam, that this is great, fine and dandy and all, but do you think you just got in at the right time? Or do you think it's as viable of an opportunity right now as it was for you 7 years ago? Well, so the company's 25 years old. I went full-time 7 years ago, so there's 18 years of a head start other people had on me. Over 1 million people joined before me, and there's been a couple million people who've joined after me, but yet I'm in a different position than most of those millions of people. I can 100% guarantee it's not based on the time in which you join. You look at people like Gloria and Lisa and the other speakers up here today, Jen, and you look at the impact and the results they've had in even more recent times. Building right now and sharing Young Living is so much easier than it was for me 7 years ago. 7 years ago, everything was in US dollar. Everything shipped from the US. There's customs and duties, conversion rates. We did not have all these products or these claims that we have in Canada now. Just the fact that they're launching new products every single month is remarkable. When we launched Canada, it was with 50 essential oils. They were all registered as cosmetics, which means there's no health benefit to them. Even though we know there's a health benefit, you can't talk about it because it's not registered with Health Canada that way. The marketplace today in 2019 is so much more friendly for anyone who's brand new to start this journey and to reach and see results. It's really is the opportune time to be joining because there's so much more systems in place, results, and the support team that you have, that you're a part of here right now, is something that just did not exist when I started doing this 7 years ago. We had to create it, and it's always harder to be the creator of something than it is to plug into something that's proven, that we know works, and that you can see results from. So I'm excited for 2019. We're going to impact plenty of lives. We have like 140,000 members in all of Canada, in all of Young Living. You know, there's 36 million people in Canada, so we've got plenty of room to grow there. The company's expanding to 7 new markets this year internationally. Our sales last year were about like 1.9 billion, which is pretty good. But there's still plenty of other companies that are like 5 to 6 times the size of our company that don't offer the products and the opportunity that we have. And so I just know we're headed that direction. Many of you have referenced the 4-year career as being one of our main business tools. Richard Brook, he's been a mentor of mine for 5 years, and they joined Young Living a year and a half ago because they recognized the opportunity not just inside of network marketing, but inside of Young Living, and they just saw that path as being one that would be a more opportune path for their members to see success than going down any other path. And if that's not a testament to the strength and the health of our company, that they joined in year 23 and a half, and the vision that they see, I get excited every single day to go to work, to share what we have, to make an impact in people's lives, and I'm just so grateful for the leadership that's here in this room that puts on an event like this, and continues to put on great events. This room is packed. There is not room for any more people here, and I know that there's another incredible event happening in Salmon Arm pretty much a month from today. It's on February 23rd. My mom will be in town speaking. She's a physiotherapist and acupuncturist and my sponsor, as well as Dr. Corey Deacon. And there's a bigger room, so you can work to fill as many seats in that as possible. So it's at the Prestige on the 23rd. If you look at everyone here in this room and the size here, everyone here just brought one more person with them to that event a full month from now, and they can hear from trained medical professionals on the benefits of our product. They can hear testimonials of people in business and with products, and the results that make in people's lives. It truly is transformative. So I challenge you to be at that event on February 23rd, and to be there with at least one new person, someone who's not here today, and just that one step. You never know where that one contact will take you, with the impact you might make on their life, with a health story or an income story. And I just can't wait to see what this organization is going to continue to do here in 2019. The work is worth it. Thank you so much for having me, for putting this incredible rally, and it's been great to spend it here with you. Thank you so much.